Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. Now, I've decided to switch things up a little bit. So I've just started a new gym program and I thought I would bring you along for a week of workouts, and this is me trying to train for a 10K. If you followed my sort of running journey earlier in the year, I was trying to, I achieved running a 12-kilometre run, which was the City to Bay here in Adelaide. And so I've decided I want to try and get a 10K PB and then work my way into a half marathon. So I thought I would just bring you guys along for all of my workouts for the week and do, like a training week in my life. I have been inspired by Connor Kathleen to do this. Whilst I've been doing my indoor runs on the treadmill, I've been watching her train with me videos and I've been loving them. And so I thought I would make some myself. So these are completely inspired by Connor. I really enjoy this kind of content. Like, I've loved consuming it, so I thought I would make some myself. So I'm just starting with a warm-up. My first day of exercise, this is a Tuesday, and this is me just going through like the warm-up for the day. It was a lower body day, I believe, if I remember correctly, for 55 to 65 minutes, it sort of says. So just warming up my legs mostly and getting my glutes ready to do some work. Now, pretty much all exercises I'm doing here, I do 2 sets of. So it started with this, it was hip thrusts and then the seated box jumps that you will see in a sec. And I didn't really know how heavy to go. So this week is basically all just like an experiment for me because I've never done these workouts before. I'm following the runner program, and it's like the runner 10K program. So I started with hip thrusts, which felt kind of really easy because I was only doing 40 kilos. But because the hip thrusts were being superset with these seated start box jumps, I didn't really want to set up like the box and stuff over at the squat racks where I could have lifted a lot heavier. So I felt a little bit awkward, so I just did it here instead. And it turned out fine. I didn't want to push myself too much my first week of this training session, like this training program anyway, because I really just wanted to get used to the program itself. So I did 2 sets of the hip thrusts and these seated start box jumps, and I did 10 to 12 reps of each. Haha, just kidding. I did then go over to the squat rack. I literally forgot until I saw these clips. I did then go over to the squat rack so that I could lift a little bit heavier. So I ended up doing 50 kilos instead, which felt a little bit better. I probably still could have gone heavier, but I still wanted to ease myself in. But I was like, the 40s weren't doing it. So I just moved and did these here and then just moved back around to do my box jumps. I actually also weirdly enjoyed these. I thought I was going to struggle doing them a bit just because I've got a bit of a bigger bust, and also my mum tum kind of can get in the way still a little bit. And I don't mean that in a, oh my god, I don't look good way. I mean in general, I've got some extra skin there from birthing 2 humans, and it's just not flat in any aspect. And so I was a bit worried that these were going to seem difficult, but I actually had so much fun doing them, and they were a really good boost after the hip thrusts, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. I then moved on to some barbell reverse lunges. Now, I didn't know how heavy to go with these. I feel like this is going to be my explanation the entire time, but I really am just still working out what I can do as far as strength goes. I've never done that many strength exercises. I did a couple of days a week at my old gym, but I've never done any type of strength program. So just very much getting used to this again, and just trying to learn what to do. But I very much enjoyed doing these. I did feel a little bit wobbly sometimes, but I did feel I've got 10, 20, 30, 40 kilos on there, and they felt good and challenging. And you can see me getting more and more exhausted. Then to superset them, oh my gosh, this was actually kind of embarrassing, but I had to do banded dead bugs. And I just do not have the core strength. I also think I got a band that was a little bit too strong for me. I just couldn't really do them. So this is me just struggling and swapping legs and just not really doing a very good job at them. But I did 2 rounds and it was fine. And next time I will go for a lighter band. Oh my gosh. Even watching it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cringe. But you know what? I'm just learning, and it is what it is. Luckily, this next exercise was a little less humbling because I love deadlifts, so I got to do a few deadlifts, which was so great. Again, I wasn't really sure how heavy I could go these days because it's been a little bit, it's been a while, But yeah, it was supposed to be like a straight leg deadlift, but I didn't realize till after. So I just did normal deadlifts and I had so much fun. I love doing deadlifts. I used to get nervous after I had done my back in, because I literally did my back getting a PB doing deadlifts. So that was a little bit scary. But now I'm feeling so much more confident with them again and really enjoy doing them. These were then partnered with a lunge and press, and I got a little bit wobbly the first couple, but then I figured it out. Again, I wasn't really sure what weight to do, so I probably could have gone heavier on the dumbbells, but we live and we learn, and this is my first time doing this program, so again, it's all just practice makes perfect. I'm still just figuring everything out. But at this point, my legs were burning. If you think I've just done like legs on legs on legs, like it truly is just like the best leg session ever, and I could feel the fatigue kicking in on my legs and my glutes by now, which was amazing. Then I got extremely humbled again, and I thought I was so much higher up doing these, but my range is so bad. But I had to do these single leg hamstring hold things, and my hamstrings were pulling so bad and they were so painful, and I literally looked like I'm barely even lifting up, but they were actually super painful and like quite uncomfortable depending on how far away my like heel was on the ground. The further out it was, the more painful it was, basically. So that was extremely humbling. I did 30 seconds on each side, and then to be humbled even more, I was really proven that my grip strength is currently terrible. So I had to do 10 knees to chest, and then I did that twice as well. Then I moved on to these step downs, and things like this are always so much harder than they look. Like, that looks so simple, but by now my legs were absolutely burning. So it was awesome, and like just working different sort of small muscle group kind of thing. And yeah, they were quite painful. I wasn't sure if I should have been on a bigger step, but like the images had a step this small, so I just did the same as them. And then I moved on to single leg barbell calf raises. So I've got a little barbell on. I don't know how heavy it was, not very, but yeah, just did these calf raises on both sides as well. Again, kind of just like weirdly humbling because it seems really easy at the start, and then by the time you get to like the 8th to 10th rep, they're actually just friggin' killing me. So that was fun. Second session of the week. It is a full body session. It is, oh, my runner app is like reminding me to do it. It is full body going heavy. So I'm assuming it'll be less reps, more weight is what I'm assuming. Yeah, 5 to 6 reps, 8 to 10 reps, 8 to 10 reps, 8 to 10 reps, 8 to 10, 8 to 10. Yeah, so instead of 10 to 12, it's 8 to 10. So I'm excited. I've got my in-laws and my Hayden's parents and his brother and his brother's wife are all looking after the girls right now, so that's stunning. I don't feel as worried about leaving them. However, it is currently 5:25 p.m, so I have to do my gym session and then get home, get them both dinner and get them to bed. So I'm a little bit stressed for time, as far as like I kind of need to smash my session out purely to get home to sort my children out, but that's fine. I'm excited though. Let's go. My battery does only have 2 bars, so I'm a bit concerned I won't be able to film everything, but we'll just see how we go. So I got straight into it. I literally walked straight over to this box and was like, cool, I can warm up here. So just following the app exactly as it told me to do a quick warm up. I did try and smash it out as quick as possible because, as I said, like the family had my girls and it was kind of getting late. And I'm not going to lie, it meant that the gym was so busy. I'm not going to plan on going at 5:30 very often because it was kind of hectic. But tell me why these are so much harder than they look. So I did 2 rounds of these like step up, but your knee goes straight up into the air. Like I'm not supposed to touch the box. So I did 2 rounds of that, of I think it was like 8 or 10 on each leg. And they really warmed up my legs, I'm not going to lie. And as always, that was then superset with another exercise. So I had to do like my reps on both legs. And look how wobbly I start getting. Oh my gosh. And then we moved into I can't remember what these are called. Pulls. I don't remember what they're called, but I had to do 8 of them as well. And then I went into like a shoulder press, but I do think I should have gone a bit heavier with these weights. I can't remember what I did, but they weren't overly heavy. And then it was straight into crab walks. Again, I feel like I could have used the bigger, like the stronger resistance band. Also, please ignore Marley in the background making noises. I'm so sorry. By this time I was feeling very nice and warm. It was also such a hot day, but I then had to go into double arm cleans, and I had 10 kilos on each arms, and honestly they were quite heavy. You can see my face struggling so hard. And then I had to partner that. Oh my gosh, these were so awkward. I then had to do single arm bench press, and again, I did 10 kilos. I was at the area of the gym that only had up to 10 kilos. I didn't want to go over to the other area, but these were so awkward. Usually I would use like 12.5s or 15s on bench press, but I just couldn't. And then it turned out I did these wrong in that exercise before, and they're meant to be cleans, and I was doing more of a snatch. So that was a tad embarrassing. And then I moved on to staggered stance hip thrusts, and these were actually really awkward to do and kind of difficult, and I didn't really like them. And then I also did some loaded walking calf raises and a couple of other things which I could not film because there was either too many people or my battery was just dead on my camera, so it just made it a little bit tricky. So this was the last exercise that I filmed in the gym, and that was my Wednesday session done. Say hi to the vlog. Hello. I think we're like 1.3 k's down. Yeah. Just feeling fine. It's so nice. So warm. Yeah, I'm very sweaty already, which is not ideal. And like, no water with us. Nope. So that'll be interesting. But we'll see how we go. So many little fans. Hi, friend. They could not care less. There's so many of them. Okay, let's talk my runs this week. I didn't do a chat after my last run, which was on Friday, Thursday? Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I did my 6K part of my runner program for the week. And then today, Mum watched Marley, Harper is away, so I was meant to do another 6K as my like long run, but I ran with my friend Sammy, as you would have seen, and we just did 5K. So I think tomorrow I will do my strength session and my programmed run, so that I'm getting in my actual runs that I'm supposed to be improving to get to my 10K. But I've been feeling so good on my runs. Like, we stopped because Sammy wasn't feeling 100%. She had done a HIIT session this morning already, like a, sorry, that's Marley tapping with some toys. She did like a 500 calorie, like big workout this morning already. So she was already tanked before we decided to go for a run. So she was feeling like not 100%, which was so fun because I was like, I'm just here to run. I felt super proud that we could run and talk. Like, it was so good that we could like have a hang and run, because that's always been our dream. We used to go for walks all the time, and every time we'd go for a walk we'd see these people running and chatting, and we could never do that because we weren't good enough or like fit enough. But also whenever we had tried to run together, we were just trying to go too fast. Like, we just weren't doing it properly. So now with so much more education and just like learning how to run properly, I feel like has been the best thing ever. Having run tips all over social media, and like it's my entire TikTok For You page, and also just like all over my Instagram, and like the content I follow on YouTube as well is like a lot of running content at the moment. And I just feel like I've learned so much, and like about going slower, and the fact that your easy run should be at a really easy conversational place. On my last run that I did, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, I honestly can't remember anymore. I'm losing track of days. I guess it'll be in the video though. I think it was yesterday. I have chicken in my teeth. Yeah, in both of my runs I felt really good. On my run the other day, my heart rate stayed so nice and low for me. My heart rate gets really high, and it always has in all of running, HIIT training, strength training. I have a high heart rate, and like in pregnancy it gets super high. Like, it's pretty intense. Like, when I ran the City to Bay, which is my longest run ever, was 12K in September, and then I've like had the yips for running ever since until like now. My heart rate was at like 195 for like such a long time. And so doing these like easy slow runs I think is really gonna help. Like, my heart rate was at like 160 to 170 the other day on my run, and that's just like incredible for me. Like, so hello. Like, that's just so not like how any of my runs used to be. Like, I would run and it would be at 200 straight away. Like, just running would get my heart rate so high. Oh my gosh, why are you all wanting me right now? Hello, Marley. So yeah, running is feeling so good. I'm feeling super, super proud and super, super stoked. And I just feel like really impressed with myself that I've been able to do this at the moment. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for my next session, which will be a run and a whatever my strength session is. I actually can't remember. So we'll do that. Ziggy, get out. He's trying to catch, there's a fly in here that he wants. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for my next session. But I'm having the best workout week ever. And I'm on my period, just so everyone knows. I'm feeling so good on it. Like, I know we're meant to like train to our cycles and stuff, but I feel like I have so much energy and I'm so stoked with that. And yeah, like mashing my sessions even when on my period is like such a good feeling. I've been gentle on myself, like, and that run, like both runs have been nice and low key, so they haven't felt crazy. So yeah, I'm just feeling good. Okay, last session of the week. I'm very excited, but I'm also a bit unsure of how much I'm going to do today because technically I have a run and a strength workout to squeeze into today. So I'm a bit stressed because I don't know if that'll be pushing my body too much. So I'm going to do my run first because I'm obviously working on my runs, and then I'm going to go and do my strength session. And I might just go lighter weights. I haven't fully looked at the workout, to be completely honest, so I don't really know what I'm in for, but I don't want to push too hard and like wreck myself. Monday is a rest day, so at least I know like tomorrow I will rest. But yeah, we'll sort of just see how I go and how I'm feeling after my run. I have a 6K long run today, so I'm going to watch a YouTube video whilst doing my long run. I don't know what the pacing is like. I haven't really checked clearly on my session today. Yeah, pace is like a comfortable warm-up, 2Ks at 7.7, 2Ks at 8.1, 1 kilometer at 8.4. That's kilometers per hour, not pace. If I was doing it for pace, like outdoor, it says 2 kilometers at 7:45, 2 kilometers at 7:20, and 1 kilometer at 7:05. So yeah, but that's just what it classifies as on the treadmill. And then I'm doing a loading up session. It's legs and core. So calf raises, toe scrunches, kettlebell swings, hip drops, leg raises, calf raises, side lunges, squats, RDLs, that sort of thing. So we'll see how I go. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, but I also really want to get my sessions done. So we shall see. Now watch me get humbled so fast trying to do these lunges with this band that was too strong for me. So I had to swap and go down to the more, like the less resistant one, and started with these sideways lunges, and they friggin' burned. And then it was straight into some back squats, which honestly, I love back squats. They're one of my favorite exercises to do. And I just kept it light. I just did 50 kilos, and my range, now I'm looking at it, wasn't that great, but at the time it felt good. So filming yourself is quite useful sometimes, even if you're not doing it for content, because, But I had a good time doing my squats, and I did a few more, and this was superset with something else that I couldn't film for some reason. Then apparently I must have clicked something on my camera which made it not focus, so the rest of my clips are blurry like this. But I did some double RDLs with my leg funny like that, and then I did some snatches, and then I'm not going to include the rest because it's just blurry and hard to look at. So that was fun. Okay, I'm now terrified that heaps of that would have been out of focus, so I just have to refocus my camera then. So if all of that was blurry, I'm sure I would have talked about it in the talk over bit, but sorry. But that is my week of workouts done. That is week 1, trying to get my 10K PB complete. That was so good. I've decided that I want to try and do my 10K, and then after that I'm going to work towards a half marathon. And that's going to be like my aim this year, to run a half marathon like without completely dying. Do you know what I mean? Like when I did my 12K City to Bay last year, I literally was like pushed so hard. I was like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I'm never going to be able to do any more than this. And I don't want to feel like that. Like I do want to feel like I push myself that much, but I also want to be at a stage where I'm fit enough to do 21 kilometers. I think that would be so cool. And then maybe next year I can try for a marathon. Who knows? But I'm loving my running, I'm loving my training. I do think I will try and make next week my split a little bit better, just to like spread my workouts out a little bit better. But I also didn't have much choice this week, just with like having children and like having people to watch my children so I could train. So next week it'll be a bit easier. I've got a little bit more flexibility. So tomorrow, Monday, I'll have a rest day and I'll start my training week on Tuesday. So I'm super excited. I think I'll film it again because I really enjoyed doing this, and I really enjoy watching other people's videos. videos like this, so I watch Connor Kathleen's a lot and Holly Be Fit. I really like hers, both for like running content specifically. So if you don't follow either of them, I highly recommend. Also, if you are someone who's interested in starting to run, just do it. I used to always be like, I don't know how people enjoy running, but that's me now, and how cool. I feel like I've always said, oh, I wish I would enjoy running. I wish I was one of those people that liked running, and now I do, and I'm loving my strength sessions as well, and I just feel really positive about my training and just what I'm doing at the moment. So I love that for me. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, something very different for me. Yeah, just like completely new content, which I think is so fun. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Bye.